Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you may be in the cosmos. AJ Dodgestar reporting for duty. And that felt like a very half asleep opening. I'm a little tired. But yeah, we're gonna have a nice chill Gunpla today. We're gonna finish off the wonderful RX-78-2, which, well, it looks finished already, doesn't it? Actually, oh, where's my background music? Some Bensound music, and let's get going. Yeah, so we finished building it last time. Well, technically. But we still have some weapons to do, and I want us to do some extra details that are missing on it. So like how the thrusters and the knees don't have color. So I'm not sure how to kind of... Because I have the camera at that weird angle where it's sort of above and in front. You can't really appreciate the angle of it. I need to figure out a better setup, I think. But unfortunately, this desk is very cramped. Okay, I'm just going to take out of the pose and just lie on its back for now. There we go. Slide in there for a minute. Actually, pop the beam blade out. I'm going to put it back in the backpack for now. Make sure your run should go that way. Hey, it went in easier than the first time. Must have listened up a bit. Like, this one's, like, really stiff still. This one, like... I've listened it. Well, that's handy. Such a weird port, because, like, both the master grade and the real grade have, like, a little peg to just attach it to, from what I remember. Oh, well. Order. Yes. Ah, okay. What are we doing? Building weapons. Weapons of mass destruction. No, not those. Because we got the shield on. We got a beam blade. Still need a beam rifle. Hyper bazooka. Hyper bazooka, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, camera. Ah, yes, the temperamentalness of this camera will never get old. Anyway, let us... All right, got my good nippers there, and that weaker nippers here for the initial cut. Okay, we're going to do... So I'm going to straighten out this pose a little bit, because it's sitting at a weird angle. Oop. Consider this is, well, a high grade. It's from 2015? What's in the box? Yeah, 2015. It has aged pretty well. All right. Okay. Oh, one more part from the runner. So there we go. Also, yes, I have watched the new G-Witch episode. No, I'll not talk about it because literally it only came out. Even though I want to. It's always the case. I'll always watch the episode so I don't get spoilers on social media. But then I won't talk about it on stream now because the camera again. Because in case no one else has seen it yet. I was going to say I could talk about last week's episode, but that was 2 weeks ago technically. Because of that 1 week gap. Because apparently for a golf tournament in Japan. So Witcher Mercury along with a couple other stuff on TV over there just like got delayed a week. It's like, but why? I guess that's how, like in the UK, a lot of TV shows will get delayed if there's football on. Which, for those people who don't give a shit about football, like me, I don't even watch traditional TV anymore, so it doesn't matter. I'm not even looking at the numbers. I just know the shape of a beam rifle. Because I suppose I built a real grade, a master grade. So I know what parts make up the beam rifle. And then the secondary grip for aiming down sights. Very good in Gundam Evolution for being more accurate. So it naturally does slow your movement a little bit. Which is fine. Thinking of Gundam Evolution, have you all seen the Season 2 briefing? The next Gundam they're adding? The new Gundam. NU, not NEW. But the new Gundam is the new Gundam. Hang on, I wish I'd cut that trigger finger hand out while I'm here. Just so I have all the parts in front of me. See, Bensound, like, this is the crafting as well as chill filters I've got on. It just kind of, not sure if necessarily my vibe, but I like it still. I need to find like music. It's like we're doing this. I'd love to just stick on some Gundam music. I think I've said this every single week. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But obviously, many obvious reasons why I don't do that. Because if some of the soundtrack for Gundam, SD Gundam Battleline can get, well, not flagged on Twitch, but it's flagged on YouTube, then I imagine if I straight up like played like Beyond the Time or something like that, it would get flagged. Not risking that. The lovely little sight for the rifle. Actually, should there be a sight for the bazooka as well? I can't remember. No, I mean, I guess maybe the different one I'm thinking of. Is there a specific way around for the sight on this? I don't know. Other than up and down. Okay, the sight actually has just this, okay, it's not like a round peg, it's a straight peg. It'll be fine. There's no way I can turn it sideways by accident. Why does this feel too loud? Is it? Oh, I just realized something. I forgot to unmute the audio on the stream. I might also just turn the mind a little bit. There we go. I forgot to turn on the desktop audio on the OBS. I am so smart. Genius. Only been live for like 10 minutes. Could be worse. I could be muted as well. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. It's like this little part for the gun sight is fiddly. Because it's kind of small. So things about like real grades, well, there's a high grade obviously, but compared to like real grades are like, yeah, you get master grade detail, but it's so small that the parts are so fiddly. Which is fine, you know, for experienced builders. Yeah, I guess someone's a new builder, I would never recommend a real grade. Like some of the easier high master grades, sure. Sure, I've only built one master grade so far. I have, let's see, I have the Ale Strike, I have the Eclipse, I have the Yakushiki, and the Zeta Gundam 2.0, all waiting to be built. Because, you know, I'll get around to it eventually. Honestly, I think the next time I build something on stream, I might do a master grade. Since I have them. The only problem is, because this desk is so small, especially with this setup, it's like, I'm not sure how practical it is. I might, like, try and look into a new desk before I do another model kit. At least one on stream. I mean, I've seen a couple of desks I kind of like, but it's like, looking at one on a web page and seeing it in person, they're very different. Like, okay, this is its maximum width, this is its maximum height, but it's like, okay, but it has a monitor shelf. How wide is a monitor shelf? It doesn't tell you. Or like the shelf underneath it for your PC. How wide is it? What's the dimensions? It doesn't tell you. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna get a measuring tape and go to IKEA. See if they have it in person. But that's also effort. Of traveling to probably the far end of the city. Oh, no, or the far end of a city I don't even live in. So it's doubly far. But today's gonna be a nice chill Sunday. Just build away, chat away. Of course, naturally, I'm still doing things off the camera because I'm still not used to it being there. I mean, to be this on camera, I have to be outstretched arms, and that's not comfortable. Well, I like pull the parts close to me. Like if it was just me leaning on the desk, which I'm doing right now, actually, I could probably lean on the desk a little bit. Try not to whack the microphone off the key light, which is a slightly different position today. Oh, oops. Yeah, I can never get things exactly the same position as I do previously because it's such a cobbled together mess of a setup. But at the end of the day, it gets the job done. And that's the point, right? There's a mold line on this stem site I'm trying to get rid of. If I can. Because there's nubs on either side of it. And then there's just a mold line around the whole thing. It's like, I wish I wasn't so pernickety about nubs. Was the only time I've likely ignored the nubs was on that gold-plated double dive race, because you can't sand it or else you just rip off the gold plating. So that's the only time I've just ignored it and just built it, which built an entire stream. Fortunately, I didn't save the archive for that one because gold's very reflective. I didn't like it. Still, it looks good on my shelf. It's funny, it's sitting right next to the one I painted, so it's like very opposite. You've got the nice shiny gold plating, and then next to it you've got that gem that's super dirty looking. Which is kind of fun. Alright, come on, gun sight. I want it to be at least visually clean. What song is this now? Acoustic Breeze. That sounds nice. So it's like something you'd have in like Stardew a little bit. Like Stardew, Harvest Moon, Story Seasons. I suppose Harvest Moon, Story Seasons are technically the same franchise. Just a different name, because different publisher. Okay, that'll do it for now, maybe? Endless motion. I remember trying to put away the actual current song playing is visible on screen. Okay. Gun sight. Let's see. And I mean, I can only go the one way. Well. Did I go all the way in? Feels like it's not all the way in. I suppose it has a reflective sight, I guess. I always liked the sight on the Gundam's beam rifle, because it looks like an actual like sensor dish, which makes sense. Very. I think I failed one side more than the rest. Oopsie. There's a tiny gap in it. It sounds almost Daft Punky. Let's try and not cut the part where the barrel attaches. Done that once before, and it was a mistake. Always a problem with, like, especially older kits, where like you have the gate where it attaches is really way too close to detail. You're like, why Bandai? Why? I mean, if they couldn't avoid it, they couldn't avoid it. Depends on how complicated it is. Oh, no, I got the camera again. There it is. Back again. Why you like this, camera? No, like the Master Grade Hyakushiki, which I do have in my backlog. As I understand it, at least all the armor parts are undergated because of the gold, which I appreciate. Oh yeah, I'll need the extra gun arm. Well, yeah, handle. Gun arm, handle, thingy, pajegi. You know what I'm talking about. I feel like my brain is just like blank today for like talking. I guess because it's been a long week. What was that? Tuesday was the last stream we did Mech Warrior. And I've been working every day since. So like my brain's just a little frazzled. Kinda sucks. But that's where it's gonna have a nice chill vibes. Build some Gunpla. I really just want to talk about G-Witch though. But I can't. Without spoilers. I mean, I could talk about the previous episode, I guess. The duel with the Firat Gundam. That was a phenomenal fight. Like, really, really good. Because also they both have type of gun bits. But the way the match finished was interesting. With the Ariel doing something interesting. Almost like almost was kind of like the... What the hell? It's really bad today, isn't it? It's probably because... I wonder if that will help a little bit. Because it's like plugged into the back of the keyboard. And the keyboard's maybe not sitting completely flat. Because there's a PlayStation in the way. Which I never use. But it's underneath the secondary monitor shelf. The one that's added to the desk just to raise my second monitor off the top, off the base. Because this one's sitting on the camera. It's fixed to the desk. And it's way too close. Like there's too much gap behind it. But oh yeah, the fan theories about the Ariel and Airy from the prologue. Like, wait a minute, is Airy and Soletta a different person? Not an assumed name? There's definitely some questions about the timeline. Like, certain comments in previous week's episode certainly imply it. I'm really interested to see where the story goes for GWitch. So something I love about Gundam in general is like GWitch has its own little flavor with the kind of the academy background or setting even. So I always love that like Gundam shows have this shared themes, but each one has its own style. I mean, some of them have similar styles. Like GWitch has its own one with that. It's kind of like a in-between between like a tradition, like some of the other traditional Gundam shows, and then something like Build Fighters with like the duels and stuff. But like having that concept, but put it in the more traditional Gundam setting where you've got, hey, higher stakes. Not just your Gunpla at risk, it's actually you in the cockpit. I genuinely thought that almost was going to happen in the previous episode 6. Which I was always wondering, at some point someone's going to die by accident during a duel. And it nearly did happen. Because those gun bits from the aerial, when they like shredded his suit at the end, one of them fired right across the cockpit, like took the armor off of it, but the cockpit inside was untouched. And it's just like, ooh, that could have easily killed him if that had just been a little closer. It would be the first time in Gundam where energy weapons come straight through the cockpit now, is it? There's like some great examples. Like two of the examples of like a beam weapon coming through the cockpit I can think are what's his like what was it? Loney and Unicorn when the beam magnum vaporizes the cockpit remote armor. Satisfying to look at. It's built horrifying. And then Gundam Seed. Nickel. In the Blitz Gundam. Having the sword strikes sword come through the cockpit and right into him, that will haunt me for the rest of my life. It did when I was a kid. When I first saw it, I was like, holy shit. So yeah, it's like spoilers for those shows, but those were like 10 plus years old, so that's fine. The only GWitch is brand new, I'll not spoil. Okay, those parts are ready. Yeah, I'm just going to do the barrel as well now. Because I just needed the barrel, then these parts, which I might sand these at the same time when they're connected. Oh, I actually might get my contacts, contacts spin out and glue it together, maybe. Do a dry fit first, though. And if I feel like going back and doing that, I'll will. Okay, nice weapons done. Oh, wait, that's about... No, it's just... Oh, that's fine. Okay, right. That was a weird angle for a second. So when you look at the Gundam just sitting there, you realize how bare the legs are in terms of color compared to the torso. Only problem when you're sanding something cylindrical, making sure it stays cylindrical. You don't want to accidentally flatten out an edge too much. I really want to do more building just in general. But I just can't find the time. I feel like the closer we get to Christmas, the more I'm going to get busy at work. Oh, yay. Oh, there's the camera again. And it's back. Why did it do this? We do not know. It was doing it as well during the Mech Warrior stream, where I did the twin cam setup. Where just it randomly decides to do that. It's like, oh, another device is using it. It's like, no, it's not. The only program running is using the other camera. And that has no issues at all. So Logitech, explain that. Why does the shitty Ostom, I don't even know what brand that is. Why does that work fine? Well, it works fine for this, but it doesn't work for this. For whatever reason. Okay. That looks smooth enough. Got all the parts ready there. Now for the weapon itself. Which, looking at it, probably is better, at least for like, especially the back part. There's two bits need to felt at the same time. And yeah, the only part needs separately done is probably the handle. Let's do that first, honestly. Okay, this piece of music, the lounge, that sounds very chill for this right now. Like it's very fitting, I feel. It's actually very low on my end as well. I need to just like find a BGM I like. I can put on back repeat. Because changing songs, they're not all the same volume level. Just by different styles. I'm not sure how well it even appears on screen. Because if I could barely hear this, you probably can't hear it. Let's change song now, so that's fine. I suppose it's just background, so it's not just complete silence behind me. Apparently this one's called Psychedelic. I wonder why. Honestly, it's like kind of sounds it's like something at the Sonic space level, like on the arc, like Sonic Adventure 2 or something. Just a little bit. Okay, the handle. No more visible nub. All right, let's start assembling the rifle. Okay. Sight goes in there. Secondary handle goes down here. And then the other side sandwiches it on. You know what would be really frustrating is if I did actually glue this down the center. This would make it very awkward to sand. Same for like the secondary handle. Oh, did I miss a wee nub there? I did. On the other part near the trigger. Hang on. Oh. Where's my part separator? A toolkit of many things. Including Gundam markers. By me, just fine. I love these things. Just like get it, let's find the gap, pop it in. Some parts that works easier than others, though. Let's be honest. Yeah, there's one up here. I forgot. India doesn't really suit my style. Okay. Just crafting category then. There we go. Yeah, I need to find more music. Or like make a playlist. I have the songs as there, but oh, that takes time for it to do. In reality, all I want to do is just turn on. What I'd love to do is just turn on like my Gundam playlist on Spotify and just go. Can't do that though. As much as I would love to. Just have like Gundam openings on a loop. Be great. I have seen some people have like 8-bit versions, and I suppose that might be okay. All depends on how the licensing that works. Okay. This part back on. Alright. See, this doesn't matter, so I'm gonna get a barrel plugged onto it, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy. This is less than ideal. Honestly, I might just glue the rifle together. Maybe. Oh, wrong one. There we go. The parts feel a little bit loose to me. But if I do glue it together, then that creates a whole another issue of trying to sand the lines. Like there's one right underneath. Like this part is part of one side. But then of course there'll be a seam in the bottom of here, which I wouldn't be able to get to. I don't know, I might do it at some point, but not right now. Alright, barrel. Which way around is this going? The notches at the bottom. There we go. Beam rifle. Of which you can tell does not match fully. You know, obvious. It feels like almost the plastic is a slightly different color. But it's from the same runner. Kind of weird. Right. The trigger finger hand. And on the ball joint of the wrist as well. There we go. Cool. Sanding time. Actually, this nub on the thumb here, I really hate the hands for like nub marks because they're usually really awkward positions where you don't want to like damage the digits. I have to be super careful. That's why I'm gonna pull it right to my face so I can see it. Like sanding nubs on a hand is like the worst thing ever. I suppose if you're painting, you can just hide it with some like little bit of scratching and stuff. Hey, Arctic Razor, welcome on in. How's the build going? Going good. We finished the main body last time we streamed this, and now we're just working on the weapons, and then we're going to do some detailing with some Gundam markers. Such as like the missing color of the thrusters on the knees. For now, we're just working the trigger finger hand and the really annoying nubs on the thumb. And how's your day going? Ooh. Why is this always the worst part to try and sand? What's that emote with a... It's a cool emote with the way it's gonna go. Wah! Animate the emotes are really cool looking. But only have one for myself so far. Alright, now the underside of the hand. Yeah, I tend to do these things off camera a little bit because it's easier to see if it's right at my face. So far, like the nub on the thumb, you can not see it that much now. It's pretty good. Just chilling the building weapons with that Estrella. Oh, the Estrella. Estrella. That's the... That's 00, right? The one that predates the Exia? Like the prototype or something? Ah, cool. I remembered it correctly. Yeah, nubs and small parts are annoying. The best part about, like, the worst part of building Gunpla is always the nubs. Well, I feel the best part if you're customizing, or like painting, weathering. Weathering is so much fun. 00 prequel novel. Ah, okay, that's what. Okay. Prequel novel. Do. Okay, so that part of the hand done. Now for the actual finger. Shining finger. Now. One of these days I'll get like a Shining or God Gundam. Of course, I should probably actually watch G Gundam first. I've only ever really played with it in the games, like the Dynasty Warriors or SD Battle Alliance. See, this one's a bit better at the actual trigger finger itself because it's the nubs are all on the back part of the hand, so it's a lot flatter and easier to do. You just have this one finger sticking out. About to go scratch his butt. Maybe like trim this a little bit more. pretty well. Let's see. Okay, that looks a bit better. This music kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley, but and fittingly, it's called Sunny. My God, what if this was actually the music from Stardew? Boom, 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 boom. I had to listen to the story for Gundam Super Robot Wars. I've not played in the Super Robot Wars games, but I've played like the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games and SD Gundam Battle Alliance. So I know parts of the story. I always love the crossover like games because it's the only time that's ever going to happen. Unless they do like a special crossover anime, which would be pretty sweet. Actually, wait a second. Didn't at the 40th anniversary they announce a project like that? I feel like they did. Or like early stages of it. It was like Gundam Beyond or something. Yeah, I need to give them a shot. Isn't there the most recent one on Steam as well? Oh, it's not the newest one then. Okay. Okay, trigger finger. Hand. There you go. One beam rifle. That's a really good grip. Normal hand. If you can. I'll need to paneling it later, but we're building it for now. There we go. Gotta do the pose. Fire into the sky. Actually, wait a second. Now, some of the kits, the beam sabers can kind of double as a... No, not in this one, no. It's too loose. Some of them, like the beam saber blade, actually fits in the barrel perfectly. The Gundam not complete without a beam rifle. And I got extra. Jazz hands. Extra hands. Put them all there. Now for the bazooka, which we'll just build and then probably not use. Zeta, counterattack, and victory. Okay. I do love Zeta and Short's counterattack, but I've never watched Victory. I feel there's loads of like some of the, I guess, less popular. I hate to use that term. Gundam shows. They're just like really hard to get to watch in the West. And I feel like they're probably less popular because they're not available to watch. Like Victory Gundam, F91, Turn A, and Age. They're shows that I've never seen them available to watch. Bazooka time. I wonder what parts on the runner are for the bazooka. Could you possibly tell? You think it's this? It's like this is the only thing that's left on the runner, technically. It's a shame that there's only one color, because obviously technically the barrel should be white. Because obviously it's only a high grade though, so it's fine. That'd be I say it's only a high grade. I know the Origin version has a color accurate bazooka, but that's a lot newer. Just bump the camera. Okay. Thought I banged it with the. I was waving this around. Barrel or muzzle. There we go. Which means that is every runner done, I think. Except for one tiny piece on here. Of course, is to put it on the back skirt. So might as well clip it off. Of course, the annoying thing is then you have to remove the one part that's already attached and replace it. Yeah, gonna do. I mean, in the animation, it is a white barrel. I'm pretty sure. Fairly sure. Or actually, I could look at my shelf. I'm pretty sure my master grade has a white barrel. My master grade also has a broken tab, so it can no longer attach to its back skirt. I may have gotten a bit too... It may have got stuck and I've used too much force. Oopsie. Remember and fix that. Just keep getting. There's only one weapon missing from this. The Hyper Hammer. But to be fair, I think that was only ever shown in the series, I think. It's funny. The Hyper Hammer is an interesting weapon. because it appears in video games a lot, but it's rarely included with the Gunpla. I mean, like Gundam Evolution literally has as one of its abilities is the Hyper Hammer. And like Dynasty Warriors Gundam, it was one of its combos as well. Ooh, that one did not come out clean. Yeah, you can just see that on the camera. That wasn't a clean cat. The original one? Yeah, I mean, I've watched the original before. Good thing is it's on Crunchyroll as well, so you can sub and dub. But then Netflix has the movie version, but only sub. Because I have heard, though, that because the movies version of Gundam is a different dub, and apparently that dub is actually absolutely atrocious. So they just, like, retconned its existence. Also, apparently changes the story a lot. One big old bazooka. And it goes the same with like my high grade Mark II. It's bazooka as well, it's just all grey. Even though it's meant to have a white barrel too. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just like limitations of high grades. Especially older ones. I actually can't remember what I was supposed to be doing after this. Because back when we started building this on stream, I did do a poll as to what people wanted me to see me build. And it was a draw between this and the Unicorn full armor. That quick 30-second ad all over. Good. Yeah, 30-second ads. Bum ba-dum. Do 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 do. You're thinking about this song, Hey, from Bensound. This one got flagged last time by someone who isn't the owner of the song. Needless to say, I did inform Bensound and they're not happy with it. Someone else is trying to claim their music. You got distracted for an hour. Unacceptable, Pluto. What if I said Pluto, not waffle? Ah, indeed. That's when you realize you missed the stream start. How you doing, waffle? Were you distracted making waffles? Pokemon distracted you? That's fair. I've been looking at the new Pokemon going, do I? I kind of want to get it. I wasn't paying attention to it before it came out. Now it's out, I'm like, do I want to get it? Because like, if I get it, I don't know if I'll stream it because everyone's streaming it right now, so you just get lost in noise. Oh, egg burritos. Nice. That's kind of like when you're a small streamer. It's like choosing what you want to stream, because there's things that you want to stream. And then it's like, okay, but will people watch this? Like if it's a game that's like new, you get lost in the noise. But if it's a game that's a little bit older, then there'll be hardly anyone watching that game anymore. So it's like, try to find that balance, you know, between both just doing what I want to do and then just like, oh, but what about views? I suppose the best of both worlds is like play this game and play that game. Or what I should do is I never played Arceus when it came out. So while everyone's playing the brand new Pokemon game, I'll stream my Arceus. That's what I'll do. Or even be more just go full hipster with it and just go play Sword and Shield on stream instead. Like, oh, you want the new Pokemon game? I'm playing this Pokemon game from a few years ago. Because I'm hip. Also, just seeing the hilarious bugs in Scarlet and Violet. Though apparently a lot of those bugs, at least the, like frame rate and texture stuff, apparently if you just reset the game every like hour or two, it resets the memory. Apparently that's the biggest bug with it. I saw a thing where like someone who'd be playing it for literal days, not turning it off, and it was struggling to load even the most basic stuff, and I was like, give your Switch a rest. No wonder it's breaking the game. So yeah, apparently the longer you play Pokemon right now, the more bugs you'll get. But apparently if you just reset the game, like save it, quit your, close the game, open it back up, apparently that fixes most bugs. Or at least stabilizes it. Again, allegedly. I'm sure falling through the map is a, or animation bugs, they're probably different. But texture loading ones are probably quick fixes. Though I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon game come out where it's that buggy. But then again, this is the first Pokemon game that is both A, open world, and 2, has co-op. You can play together. It's like, that's kind of crazy. Just feels like maybe it needed a few more weeks for bug smashing. Maybe a few more months. But then it would be out in time for Christmas, and that would be... And again, Arceus came out in January, so there's probably no issue. Okay. Handles ready. As for... Oops. Don't run away, barrel. Where's all the nubs on the main body? I think they're all along the seam line. I think. Yep, they are. Cool. And then we'll just put it together. More hardware than software. See, people be making that comparison because people a lot saying that, oh, the Switch is just too not powerful enough, and it's like, but then people point to what's the game? Xenoblade 3. That has also massive open world and stuff, and it runs fine. Same for like Breath of the Wild as well. So the Switch can do it potentially. It just needs time to make sure it's optimized well. Was there? I never played X and Y, so I didn't know if there was one that broke it. Okay, you know what? I didn't do it with the beam rifle, but I might just with a shot. I don't know. And for now, I'm just going to file it. It's fine. Yeah, but apparently there's other games that don't have the same issues. But, yeah. I think it's just the Switch is has weaker hardware. But if used well, if it's well optimized, then it shouldn't be an issue. Also, it still has restrictions. Yeah, there's like Bayonetta 3 running at 60 FPS as well on the Switch. Or am I just... Because there's always people joking like, oh my god, the Switch, 30 FPS. Or in the case of the new Pokemon, oh look, those people in the background, they're moving at 5 FPS. It's like, oh no, that's not good. I barely play my Switch as it is. I think if it was you save a certain city, there's no cart version, it corrupts. Oh wow, that's a hell of a bug. Has a nasty nub on there. You can see that clear as day. And that's after sanding it. That's a stress mark. Oopsie. I mean, I think maybe why I'm not also gluing this right now is I was considering just fully painting everything. But if I'm going to do Gundam marker stuff, I probably won't. And maybe get a second one at a later date for full paint job. Maybe. Well, I'm just remembering, I did stream Let's Go Pikachu on here a while ago. Well, at least 2 years ago at this point, probably. Never actually bothered to finish it on stream. I feel like with Pokemon games, I feel like ADHD gets in the way. Alright, so I think like a lot of games on stream. Because normally, like, growing up, if I got a new game, it would become everything, my obsession for like a week till I complete it and then move on. Whereas now, like if I'm doing it on streams, I have to kind of be like, oh my god, I want to play the game, but I can't because I'm not streaming. Damn. Always the thing you have to find a balance. Have a game you can play offline, off stream, as well as ones you play on stream. I love it when you can file 2 parts at the same time. It's a nice flat surface. Can I maybe pick up the entry grade at some point? So all you do is like you'll build something on stream and have something built off stream. That's kind of what I like because actually no, the last we built this on stream, but we also built here right now still. We built this on stream previously. But when it comes to things off stream, for example, oops, this is HGUC, which I started, which I haven't got very far. But it's like on my shelf of my monitor just waiting to get done. So I think after I'm like done with this, I'll probably finish that HGUC off stream before doing another one on stream. Yeah, ground type. Oop, I have realized I need to fix its pose. It's leaning too far forward. I'm quite proud of the ground Gundam because it was the first one I tested out doing some Gundam marker stuff on it. So like the thrusters on the lower legs also aren't color accurate normally. So it's the same with what I'm going to do with this. I didn't do these details on stream, I don't think I did. Oh no, I did. Some of it. See how this part is an actual piece, but then the other part, the white bit, isn't a piece, it's part of the chest. Now, the archive of this is not, I deleted it because it was really scuff. But when we did it on stream, this is the first time using a Gundam marker like that, of that type. Ink was everywhere. This whole part of the chest went white. Part of the red went white as well. It's because never press it directly onto the model kit and to get the ink out. Learned that lesson the hard way. But quite happy like how metallic one here and inside the neck, because the collar's just all white on the model kit, but in the actual artwork it is grey on the inside. Yeah, I had to sand it off the Gundam marker, but learned a valuable lesson. Seems like the V-fin didn't use a sticker. But yeah, I need to get more ground Gundams because I want to fill it 8th MS team display. Then of course we need to get an easy 8 as well, just to be hero. Oh god, yeah. Learning it on a little... Yeah, that's why I like high grades, because you can test things out with them. And like a high grade's your bread and butter. It's simple. And then of course, yeah, actually, yeah, a high grade's bread and butter. And then what you choose to do with it is the filling in the sandwich. And I just made a really cool analogy. Yeah, high grade bread and butter. You want to stick in some salami or whatever to make it a nice spicy sandwich. That's actually a really cool way of looking at it. This part, that part, and then the barrel tip. Or like a master grade, that's you went to a restaurant and you got a little something nicer. And the perfect grade is like you went to the fancy restaurant. I do actually have one perfect grade waiting to be built. I have my perfect grade Strike Freedom, which I bought a few years ago. And I just not touched it because one, it's intimidating, and two, this is all the space on the desk. What? This is zoomed in slightly. I think it is. Yeah, I think this camera's zoomed in about 10-20%. Just because otherwise you'll see all the stuff around it more. Now you can see my energy drink sitting on the side here. GamerStep. Not a sponsor, but you know, if you wanna. Oh yeah, it'll be one of those builds that will be amazing. But of course, I believe it should be next month in Europe. The Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom comes out, and I'm like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, it should have a small desk. I literally tweeted this after last time we did this. When I took pictures of this, I tweeted out an extra picture of my desk just to show how scuff it is, because like this is my keyboard's normally here. This is where a keyboard would normally be. Right now it's off to the left, hanging partially off the desk, being used as a counterweight for the key light, and then everything else is here. Like this camera, little tripod on the monitor shelf, and then the camera for tracking me, normally on top of my monitor, is on the monitor shelf next to the other camera, tilted up so I can see my face. Because otherwise, it would be glitching out so much. Because normally, if it's on top of the monitor and I'm looking down at the desk, it can't see my face. Whereas if it's here, it can still see my face. And it works. So I feel like it makes me look like I'm looking up all the time. Because that's what the monitor is. Which is kind of funny. But it's like, scuff is part of the learning experience, I think. Same for like wanting to do painting, because like, I have an airbrush, but it's set up on the dining table downstairs. So it's like can't really use it all the time. But I definitely want to, like, I have a whole plan for like completely rearrange the room. It is a little bit of a setup. That's why, like, originally this stream was planned for 1 p.m. GMT. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to change the thing to just an extra half an hour. Just give me setup time. Because normally I'd start at like 1, but it's like, oh no, I need to give myself an extra 30 minutes. I don't need the full 30 minutes, but I give me an extra 10 minutes to set things up. You can just like rearrange the desk temporarily. But hey, it's fun. But I have looked at some other desks. They're a little bit bigger. I'm like, okay, it's a bit bigger. I like it. The measurements, okay. But it's like, looking at it on the website and then having it in person are very different. Like, I bought this desk over a decade ago because it looked nice. But in hindsight, it's not the most practical. But what I need to try and do at some point, because I've seen a desk on IKEA I like. But I feel like I want to go to IKEA and like see the one physically, so I can kind of like maybe take a measuring tape with me. Just to, like, double check. Okay, what's the size? Because like, oh, it is this wide, this deep, and this tall. I was like, okay, what about the size of the shelf underneath? What about the monitor shelf? It doesn't specify these either. Oh yeah, I found a way to make it work. This key light's also, the ring light's also on its lowest setting. Otherwise, it'll give me a migraine. I mean, I literally, it's like, where's the cable? Wanna know how dark this room gets if I turn this off? It is so dark in here normally. Here's the point. The room light is on. Now, I can see perfectly fine in this, but a camera can't. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go back on. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the orange. There you go. This light blue tint. The whitish blue tint's the best one is to have it on because it kind of works with the blue board. Is that on the low setting as well? Yes, on the low setting. Good. Don't want to give myself a migraine. I know after I did the stream last time, I realized didn't have it on the right setting, so it was a bit too bright in my face. Kind of had a migraine by the end of the stream. Yeah, lighting's always an issue. I suppose normally when I'm streaming, lighting's not an issue because you don't see me, you see this. What am I saying? This is me. Obviously. Hydrate? Okie dokie. I shall hydrate with my Blue Raz Gamer Subs. Hashtag not a sponsor. Yet. Blue Raz is nice and tasty. Also, before I drank this morning, like, I mean, this was half full when I started. Well, before the stream, that is. I needed the caffeine before I started the stream. Hey. I'm gonna need to get some new sanding sticks because these are getting a little worn out, I think. Actually, we need to try and get maybe like, because I've got the Disc Bay cutters. I've been looking at like the Disc Bay sanding sponges, and they look pretty good. I think that's something about the sanding sponge, especially for like curved surfaces. As you can see, it is a little worn out. Because it's like super squishy, and if you catch it on a nub, it just rips it. Yeah. Whereas these ones are fine because they're higher grits. So yeah, make sure your surface is smooth before you use a sponge one, because you'll just rip the damn thing. But these are actually a really good buy. What are these again? Where's the product? Ultimate Modeling Standards, Stinitics. Where did I get these from again? E-models. Dakota UK. That's what it was. Oh, absolutely. These were really cheap as well. I'm just too stingy to buy to buy new ones. Says the person who also spends too much money on Gunpla. So, you know. There totally isn't a large pile off to the side of the room of things I haven't built yet. Totally not. You can't prove it. Even though I did say I had 4 master grades sitting over there, like, early in the stream. Ooh, glass file. I've been looking at the like this bay has a glass file, which looks pretty cool. I mean, it's expensive though. I suppose it's a high quality item, isn't it? That's what I should do for my Christmas list instead of like more Gunpla. It's like, hey, family, buy me tools. That's actually not a terrible idea. Things without the, it kind of feels like a blunderbuss a little bit. Try to remember like the caliber of this in universe. I think it's like 200 millimeter or something like that. Don't worry. Yeah, we all have backlogs. The thing I always say, building Gunpla and collecting Gunpla are 2 separate hobbies. I think we can all agree on that one, right? Yeah. Also started to finish painting my Zeta Gundam, which is downstairs. My high grade Zeta, I started painting it a while ago. And it's just like sitting, like all the the joint parts are all done, and like the blue parts are done on it, but like all the white parts are just primed and not thingy yet painted. So I think I need to set aside time for it. I think the next week I have off work. It's probably gonna do that. You broke the display glass file? Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Wait, so like you dropped it too many times. I suppose that would, yeah. Oh, that's a worrying thought. But you could break it like that. But I suppose a metal file is kind of the same, as in it's actually brittle. If you put too much force, it will actually snap as well. So dropping it, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Why it would break it. Luckily, I tend not to drop stuff. Touch wood. I'll drop parts, though. I'll definitely do that. Infinity model glass file set. Ooh. Okay. Apparently, music on right now is called Funky Suspense. So suspenseful that I can barely hear it. You stopped your phone this morning? I'm going to guess you meant to say dropped. And that's not good. I think I've dropped my current phone, but the one before that, I remember dropping it, bouncing off my desk. Face through the desk? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I've dropped mine, and it has bounced off the desk. And I'm just like, okay. Undamaged, though. Why put it in a hard case? Yeah, there's a nub here. Probably not going to get... I always hate when you got like a nub on like surface like this. It's heading fairly well, though. You've got a poltergeist. That's what it is, Waffle. Poltergeist just yeeted it off the table. I'm not sure if I should put that part on before it, but it didn't say to do that, so we shall see. Do. I like the vibe of this hip jazz. Before Halloween, the living room TV was making sounds without being yes. You know, I have a similar issue. You know, yeah, I had a similar issue. Not before Halloween, but actually, I got turned the TV on this room for like a year at this point. Been unplugged. But the TV in my bedroom, it had a habit. If I had it on standby, it would just turn itself on and off all the time. I'm just like, okay, I'm unplugging you. So I feel like TVs as they get older, I think it's just like the circuit starts to like break down. It's kind of like how this webcam will randomly just turn itself on and off. Hasn't done it for like at least the last 30 minutes, I think. But like that first hour of the stream, it was doing it constantly. Almost like almost as if the camera's warming up. You know? Like I need to turn myself on and off because I'm not ready to work full time. That's what it is. Yeah, I think the TV mains is like 10 years old. Well, actually, no, maybe not old. I mean, this webcam is a... what is it again? Logitech C922 Pro. Maybe I've jinxed it, or maybe I fixed it. Because I had to adjust a cable earlier, so maybe that worked. Bazooka. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with maybe having more than one. Because there was a thing when I used to have it plugged in the back of the computer. And for a while it was like, I do not recognize what this is. It's like, it's been plugged in for months. Why do you not recognize it? So nowadays I just unplug it when I'm not using it. And plug it into the port on my keyboard. So that way I can just like easily change the cable. Because sometimes just unplugging and plugging it back in fixes it. So having it use the keyboard port, it works. I mean, it's going to have to go through the keyboard though, but yeah. Or by contrast, this little awesome, or Osdom, well, I don't even know the model of it, my sister's old camera, that I use for this right now. No issues. Ever. Yeah, maybe USB drivers. I have to double check that stuff at some point. But the port that this used to be plugged in the back is where my headset is now plugged into. So that's fine. No, these things are only like a year old. Actually, yeah, year old. My mouse, actually, that's for less than a year old because I replaced it. Sent it back to Logitech and they gave me a new one because it was double clicking constantly. And then eventually it started just not clicking. I'm like, okay, still in warranty, thankfully. It was just in warranty as well. I was like a month away from running out. So that was lucky. Yeah, I used to have this plugged into the keyboard as well. And then I realized it's probably not to do that. But plugging this webcam into the keyboard support seems fine. Yeah, Logitech could like, oh, it's not Logitech when this is Corsair, but yeah. As long as it's under warranty, they'll replace it. Hey, bun. Oh my god, flesh hands. What a kind of VTuber am I? How you doing, bun? Or should I say, daddy? That felt weird to say. I don't know why. I've worn gloves before, but like, I don't know, they're too fiddly for like sanding stuff. They're fine when painting, but in sanding stuff, you just rip them. Maybe a little bit. I cut them the other day. I mean, they're not completely. I mean, it depends. It's just one slightly longer right now. Oh, not all the way to the flesh. There's like a little bit still. Need to color them. I mean, I've done that once. I did that once out of curiosity. Seriously, hand model. I do actually have black nail varnish somewhere. But I tend not to use it. You should. The problem is my job, day job, which I never talk about. I sometimes work with food and they don't like you wearing varnish with food because it can chip off. And then you can say, oh, just wear foot gloves. Then that's the other problem I've discovered at work. And also why not wearing them for hours on end. I have an allergy. Slight one, so if I'm wearing gloves for too long, my hands will go red raw. No, I don't, because I wear them too long. My hands will go red raw. The skin will look horrible. But the hard way. Back in the summer, I put them on for a while, and then, oh dear. Yeah, I mean, like, the newer nitrile ones are better. Because I have those for, like, use my airbrush, and those actually are better. And I have worn them on stream when we're doing this before. But when you're sanding off nubs and stuff, the gloves keep catching on it, and it just rips the glove. Your hands were held wait, what is that waffle? Your hands were held hostage by a male kiosk once. Elaborate. For work only. They had different ones there, unfortunately. You just have to make do with what you got. But hey, if people like, you know, have subs to the channel and maybe I get enough money to do this full time, then it wouldn't matter. Wink, 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 wink. I've literally calculated how many subs it would take to be full time. It's way too many. Like if you're getting like half of the sub because of Twitch, like, so like, what was it, 250 subs, like £2.50, I think, roughly, let's just call it £2 from a sub, right? So you need 500 subs to really break even. And that doesn't even, and that's before tax. So yeah, take 500 subs to basically be the same with what I earned my normal job. Oh, this is 500 subs would be minimum wage. Okay, so lady pulled you aside to show some gloss nail polish. Paint them on your nails till they're okay. 500? Yeah, about that. Because if you're getting about, because if it's like $2, £2 per sub is what you get on your end, then 500 is £1,000, $1,000, which is about what you'd get working 30 plus hours a week. I did the math. But considering I have 209 followers currently, I'm a little far off. And currently 2 subs. Not that I'm telling anyone to sub, just people start throwing money at me, and I panic. Hell, even just doing it yeah, like even like maybe doing a normal job 2 or 3 times a week. Oh yeah, follow does not mean shit at all. The follow number is just the amount of people have heard of you. But the things, we're all learning and doing things at our own pace. Oh god, when I do the 12-hour thing? Yeah. I'm still figuring that out. That might be the first weekend in December. Kind of thinking it'll probably go from either 10 or 11 a.m. to like 10 or 11 p.m. Bazillion. I mean, Bun has a lot more because Bun's been streaming for a lot longer. Bun has the experience. Bun is our streaming senpai. Yeah. Like a bazillion is a lot of people. Yeah. It all depends. Some days, not everyone's available to talk. Half the time, I'm just lurking in your chat, Bun. So, like, I'm not always actively participating. And I think a lot of us are like that for everyone, really. It's weird how there are some people out there that are like, if you're watching me and not communicating, what's the point? It's like 90% of people who watch streams are lurking. Let's be honest. So people really get bum hurt, like, oh look, I got these people watching, but no one's talking. It's like, well, yeah, most people don't. It's like, yeah. I've seen like really hot takes on Twitter. I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, definitely saying hi is good at least. Just let them know you're there. Because half the time I've got a stream on the background because I'm doing something else. But panel off. How does this attach? Does this have a right way up? It does. Moisturize. Is it tab at the top or bottom? Top. Millennial should be social. I don't know about that. I'm a millennial and I'm not good at social media. But I'm also an introverted shut-in, so, you know, there's that. So we got all your weapons here. We got your beam rifle, we got your beam sabers, you got your bazooka on the backpack. And your shield to hide behind. So yeah, fully built. Well, yeah, bazooka on DS. It's your backup weapon. If I want to use it, oops, I'll take the entire panel with it. Why not? Oh, I realized you can't attach the gun to the backpack though. All weapons wear the waffles? Don't know. If I take that hand off of there and swap it out for the bazooka for temporarily. which is this handle. Actually, is it this hand or is it the normal holding hand? No, it's a bazooka hand. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom. Now tilt that forward. And go back on. I love that the handle tilts. Okay, this is where it's always... The book is because it's always one of the most tricky things to pose. Especially on high grids. A little bit easier on math grids. He does not have the badonkadunk, no. Yeah, there we go. Fire the bazooka! Which is out of focus because the focus point's like here. And I turned the autofocus off because it's garbage. Ooh, oh yeah, that would be really good fun to do, Waffle. Because custom painting stuff is fun. Like, I'm pretty sure I've shown it before, but I'll get off my shelf. Spy me. Whoop, spin around. Voila. God, I feel like I sound different when I take my headset off. I can hear my voice fully. Weird. Yeah, the only one I fully ever painted was my gym custom. Look at it, a dirty boy. Purple and orange, not my personal colors. It's all based on a pun. Because if you watch Achievement Hunter and know Jeremy Dooley, and his alter ego Remy Tim, which is the colors based off of Spyro, his favorite game character. This is the Remy Jim. Eh? I feel like only like 1 in a million people ever get that pun. Oh, God. But yeah, I love this thing. The first thing I've ever fully painted. And you can tell I made it really dirty. It's also pretty much fixed in this pose because the paint's that thick. We won't look underneath here where I scratched the paint, trying to put on a stand. But I love the belt. I love the fact that this thing actually has dust on it, but you can't tell because of the matte coat and all the battle damage. The dust, just like, there's dust, but you can't see it. It blends in with the design. I love how dirty the feet are, though. But no, this is one of my favorite things I've ever done. Building this. I need to do more of it. Alright, I'm going to temporarily put you off to the side. Rather than back on the shelf. Ugh. What we want to do, now that we've got everything built, detailing. Actually, I can put these nippers away then. Because we don't need these right now. Hey, Waffle, thanks for the hydrate. Oh, I just thought of something fun. Because it's on my shelf. Yeah. There we go. Star Wars AT-ST Walker. Which won't stand up straight. There we go. You know what's fun about this? These are actually the same scale. These are both 1/44. Same for this unpainted TIE Fighter. This shows how massive a Gundam really is. You have to paint this though. There's a reach around behind my light. Oh. There we go. I think my desk is littered with random model kits. Like, do you want a giant Gundam head? Because why not? The size difference. I'm not even sure what scale this is meant to be. This is a Gundam head. It's probably like 1/20th scale or something like that. Actually, I've seen 1/12 scale ones before. Like, they're like super rare promotional build things. Like, you'll see it in like conventions and stuff. Look, the size of a person. Ooh, the Macross model. Oh, yeah. The Macross would be great to have. I would also like to get, like... Oh, I've got Gundam. There is a model kit of the white base, its flagship, at 1/1200 scale. So 1,200 scale, basically. That'd be nice to have. I actually do have the 1/44th white base hanger interior piece, but I kind of messed it up painting extra details, and I've just put that to the side for a while until I decide to go back to it, including drilling out the parts I want windows and making windows. Right, let's take the bazooka off this. Random Gundam head from the loot crate. Ooh, nice. I bought a Gundam loot crate a year ago and I still don't have it. Waiting. Actually, I'm supposed to get this batch this month, apparently. Finally. Oh my god, the Gundam PC. Ah! He's like Luke Skywalker now. Right, I'm gonna pop my shield off. Yeah, the Gundam set would be amazing, as would the Zaku one as well. Right, how do I get the shield back off without breaking it? There we go. Oh, I got well, that can work too. Instead of detaching the thing holding the shield, it just took the shield. You just missed me removing the shield. Or failing to do so. There we go. That should not have been that difficult to take off. I'm gonna do some detailing stuff now. Wait, the right one? That's the right one. Good. Move these out of the way. Doesn't need them right now. Might need that though. Since we got all of the weapons and everything built, let's grab. Actually, let's get rid of all these little nubs that are on my desk still. And we'll start doing a little bit detailing. Ooh, crap. Because even you can see on this is like the thrusters at the knees should be grey. That's all the build stuff we don't need. There's something I need to get. A gun cannon and a gun tank. So I can display them all together. Also, I'm loving that this one here is clearly painted because you can see like the shadowing and stuff. And of course, I need the white base model. I need that. Can you imagine the one act? Oh, actually, no. I saw that on YouTube. Someone who's making their own 1/144 scale actual white base from scratch. At least they built the bridge. And it looked amazing. Though I do know you can, for Gundam Seed, get the catapult deck in 1/44th. And the thing looks massive, and I want it. But I also don't have the money for it, so that ain't happening. All right, and I get my stuff. Just move my sandy stuff out of the way for now. Actually, no, keep that there because I might do other stuff. Right, what we want to do is we want to do some detail stuff. Come off, arm. There we go. There we go. Ah, my arms. See, I love that the V fin, or the crotch fin rather, that's Gundam marker. No sticker. I need to get the skirt flaps out of the way so I can get the legs back off. The butt flap does not move though. There we go. Got the legs. Right, I can stay on there now. I was debating with the head if I want to thingy the eyes, because they don't really show up very well. Okay, actually no. Okay, you can kind of see the clear there, but I don't know if I wanted to maybe just take it back off and then actually color the bin. But I suppose in that light there, I can see the eyes relatively well. The Pokemon are waiting for you. They're like, come play with us. Come play with us, Waffle. That works. Okay, legs, which are left and right. Go. See, there is a seam line up there. Actually, could fill in if I wanted to. Actually, I forgot I could take this knee off completely. I've got the panel line in this side, so that's just a straight up seam line. Do I want to try and hide it? I think I might. Maybe. Where's my glue? Thin cement, which has got dust on it because I haven't used it in a while. Also, I'm going to grab paper towel. So when I get the Gundam markers out as well. Right, I need to then get the knee off first. Wait, how does it do that again? Oh yeah, there it is. Well, this is actually so well thingy I can't pull it apart. There we go. There we go. Come off already. Actually, I put it all the way off technically. Just enough so I can put this in the gap. This is going to stink though, that's the problem. Maybe I should open the window. Yeah. Use it in a while. Let's see. There it is. That's the smell. It's basically this stuff. You just basically want to get it in the groove. Wanted to make some different. I don't really need it at the front part, but I'll do it anyway. Okay. Now, if I squeeze it together. For good measure, a little bit on the surface. Basically, you get that stuff in the line, and then squeeze. See if that focus as well. Because what does it melts the plastic slightly, so when you squish it together, it welds it together permanently. In an ideal world, build in the gap. And if it doesn't, well, there's clay potty for that. Right, I'll give that a minute to set. Do the other one. Yep, there we go. Take off the knee. So we're just going to do some. Don't even know, we're at 4 o'clock. Okay. There we go. It doesn't smell that bad, actually. It's not as bad as I remember it smelling. Try and maybe not get it in the poly cap because that'll probably melt it. Okay, I think it's enough on there. And squish! Another thing to point out is this is technically toxic to breathe in. Technically speaking. So I'm going to have to make sure I open the window after this. Just to air the remote a bit. Yeah, put a little bit too much there. I suppose only if you're literally inhaling it direct from the bottle. Otherwise it's probably harmless. Squeeze! Squish it. I feel like that is not doing what I wanted it to do, but oh well. It's squished now. Try, where else is there actual seam lines that I don't like the look of? Because like that's disguised as a panel line, so it's fine. You see, I like top of the shoulder, it's two parts going together, but it hides it like panel lines. Same on the lower arm. So I love it when the design does that. Takes into account. Now there is a seam on the head, which I'm going to leave for now, because I want to wait and see how this looks on the shelf without the eyes painted. And if I don't like it, I'll take the head apart, paint the eyes, and then seal the head up. But for now, it should remain that way. But the bazooka, even though I just literally just assembled this, gonna come back apart. And we'll fill in the gap along its length. Actually, I'm gonna actually open the window quickly because make sure just there's airflow from me using this. 2 seconds. Okay, window open. Camera, hello. There we go. Just make sure there's air circulate. Don't want to give myself a headache. I'm just staring into your souls. Yes, I went to open the window. Yeah, I suppose if I'm away from the camera, just like, oh, I'm a ghoul now. Okay. It's a very big piece. I mean, and a lot of glue. I can partly off camera, it's fine. As long as I don't get it on the moving part, we're fine. Maybe hold by the moving part, that would make sense. This is such a big part. I'm going to be very generous with this application. Okay, that's one side. I'll quickly do the other before it gets neat. You're just gonna want it to melt to the point where it's a little bit tacky. I realized like this bottle's got so little left in it because I used it to make some sprugo and then never used the sprugo. If you don't know what sprugo is literally what we're doing, kind of. But you take parts of the sprues that it was all on, chop it up, plop it into a jar, pour some of this in, and then just let it melt into a goo. Basically creating paste to like fill in the gap with the same color plastic that you're already using. I never actually tried it properly. I made some and I never got around to it, so I think I need to double check that it's not like solidified in the jars they're in. That was a while ago. And I'm not sure if they're still good. I made it for a Zaku. I was gonna take a job. In hindsight, maybe I should have done that kit that I wasn't caring about. Oh no, don't do that part. Hang on. That's the part where the handle goes. Don't want to squish that part. I would not want to glue the handle in place. That would be bad. Okay, and put a little bit extra just along the panel line. Or not panel line, seam line. Because a panel line would be a good thing. It's always a problem with weapons, even on master grades. Is it's quite often just two parts wedged together. Because it's difficult to do otherwise. Though I know, like, on the Origin version of this, the actual barrel parts are solid tubes. So, like, that's probably a lot better. Oh, yeah. Oh, got it. Sticky fingers. Okay, this has worked the way it's meant to. For the most part. Make sure that handle can still move. Okay, it has beaded up along most of it. As you can see it looks really messy right now. Hasn't done it on the underside of the barrel, but that's fine. It'll kind of be hidden. Right. Leave that to dry. And I'm going to close this back up. I might do a beam rifle later. For now, get out of the way. Need to remember to wash my hands later. When we're done. Especially before eating. Right. Oh, so it's 4 o'clock already. Where's my brain going? Okay, we still got like maybe about an hour to go. Put my chair back in. Come on. Where are you going? To a chair. Water. Now these should be dry. Yep, they are. Good. So, the front part doesn't actually matter because it's going to be head and butt. Got to be rough sand. But this part, moment of truth, is I have a tilted, I guess it's in the shadow, you can kind of see the line. And it's more from my need. You know, it's going to be on a shelf. You're not going to see the back of the leg, really, are you? So if it looks like shit, it doesn't matter. That much. Bum 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 bum. You know, I think this has worked pretty well. Just need to sand it down so it's nice and smooth. Which might take a while. Did I close this properly? Yes. At the very least, I can do one on stream, like one side of it, and then another side when I could just do off stream. I do like this can be completely separate, like the knee just slots in and the ankle slots in. Means if I wanted to paint it, I don't have to bother about masking stuff off. Well, actually, apply caps would be fine. A tiny bit of masking tape. Do 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 do. Just working that calf. One thing to keep at the Gundam, it has nice calves. White balance feels off. This is your white balance. The white balance is changing itself. Okay. You know what? It's probably this being really bright. Actually, you know, focus on this. Should have that for your white balance. It feels really blown out, actually, doesn't it? You know, white balance. If I manually thing it. Oh no, that's worse. It is what it is. Well, it's not fully like a little uneven the line, but it didn't like beat up and all the way along it. If I do decide to paint it in the future, I can just like fill in and smooth it out with some little bit of putty, which honestly I probably would do for like the underside of the foot has lovely gaps, because why, Bandai, why? I know you're saving plastic, but come on. It's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. Also using the wrong sanding stick. For good measure, use the lovely sponge one. Okay, even it out. So almost got it. I think it's still a little bit at the bottom. Didn't quite even out. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh well. It's going to be buffing it back to shininess. It looks alright. No. Oh, other side first, I guess. My brain's gone quiet. The brain has gone quiet. When it comes to like the whole 12-hour stream plan for like next month, I feel like I'm going to run out of things to talk with in the first section. We'll wait and see. I suppose like the thing I would talk about would be Witcher Mercury, but since the new episode came out today, I'm not going to. Don't want to spoil it for anyone. It was a really good episode, though. Oh, you know what has been really good as well? Andor. Star Wars Andor. A show that when they first announced it, I was like, why? And having watched it, well, only one episode left to go. But yes, that was a very good show. It's a different type of Star Wars show. It's very much darker adult tone. Which I think a lot of Star Wars fans will be wanting. Look forward to seeing the finale on Wednesday. Because Funky Suspense is not a good song. Oop, wrong thing. There we go. Not quite smooth yet. Well, I think the other leg worked better than the other one. Yeah, it's a bit smoother there. Honestly, gluing things, seam lines, is a hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes it like works really well. Other times it's like, I can still see it. And all it's done is just glued it together. But this feels super smooth to touch. Like it's like super smooth. But if you look closely, you can like see a, well, faintly see the line. Ah, the stress mark from the nub's still visible though, slightly. It's the back of the leg, you won't see it. I gotta open the window, but it's still quite warm in here because I'm doing this a lot, generating heat. So I'm making myself warmer. I think so. What? Probably like building after this. I'll probably do the high gog. It's sitting on the desk off stream, and then technically, for poll wise, when we told what to build in the first place, this became joint first place with the full armor unicorn. So I guess the full armor unicorn's the next build on stream, and then after that the Barbatos. Though the high grade strike, Ale Strike didn't get a single vote on that poll, so I might just do that one off stream. You upset me. I love Seed, but no one else seems to love Seed. Though I do also have the Master Grade Strike to build as well. That one, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll build the high grade off stream and then do the Master Grade on stream. I mean, I built the real grade before. To complete my collection. Well, you know what? I really want the perfect grade, perfect strike, because that is like, that's one of the must-have kits for me at some point. Well, it feels nice and smooth at least. Okay. The legs are nice and smooth calves. What we're going to do, slide that there for a minute, is we're going to reattach this ankle. So we're going to do the knee thrusters. So, move that out of the way. Get my... There we go. This is the one I want. Yes. No. Not that one. This one? Or which one do I want? No, that's the big thick tips, isn't it? Gundam Gold, Shining Silver, Gun Metallic, Royal Metallic Blue Red, Cosmo Metallic Blue, Gundam Mecha Grey. Ah, Gundam Mecha Grey. That might be the one we want. Let's have a look. See. Gundam markers. That's the one I want. I think that's the right grey. We're gonna find out. You know what? I'll do a little test bit on the inside. See if it's the right color. I think what this is like. Running out of space. I wish there were other colors in the skin. I find it so weird that some of them have it in English as well, and then others don't. So like I forget what colors these are. Other than like the camera colors stuff. It's confusing. Just like see the ink going to the tip after you do that. There we go. Yeah, this looks to be the right. Actually, you know what? Like, yeah, on part of the joint, maybe. Yeah, the right color. I was able to hide part of the nub mark there. Perfect. Make sure any excess is off of it first. Don't want to have too much on the tip. I'm pretty sure the entire knee has to be this color, right? Yeah. Well, the entire part. So, I'm doing this off camera because it's easier to see. Oh. Oh, that has not worked quite the way I intended. A little excess I have to remove, but it's fine. I'll get the toothpick and start scraping. Perfect color. Let that dry now and scrape off the excess. Gundam markers are really quite handy. Oops. Trying to be on the decap there. It's gonna be like the crotch all over again. Right. Like spend a good 10 minutes just getting the excess off. Still, nothing will be as bad as that one time I did that with the ground type and fucked up the white. Honestly, that's still kind of funny when I think about it. It's a pain in the arse, but it was funny at the time. Or it's funny to look back on, rather. time it was real pain in the arse. Oh, yeah. This looks really nice. As alternatively, I could have just got my paint from downstairs in a brush. But I feel like there's a little less clean up with this. Maybe. Yeah, where's the toothpicks? I suppose what's the isopropyl alcohol people use, or like thinners and stuff. They get off excess. But we're just gonna use a nice handy toothpick and literally scrape the paint off. Because why not? Oop, I brought a toothpick. Good start. But honestly, there's a little excess left over. It looks a bit dirty. It's a thruster. Just saying. It looks a little unneat. It's a thruster. It could be leaving behind some soot. As it dries out and levels out, like you realize a little bit in the center needs a bit more. It's a fairly large area. You can always see the like slight difference between the two sides. Maybe. I'm not sure how well it shows up in the camera. But something so therapeutic about Gunpla in general. It's like, yeah, I could buy a figure and then boom, there it is on my shelf. But something like Gunpla just... It's an extra sense of satisfaction about building it, as well as the therapeutic process of doing it. And you get the, if you customize them as well, and something unique, something yours. Get another toothpick because that one snapped. Broke the tip. Starting to get there. This is a rough edge on this toothpick already. Bum, 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 bum. Oop, that broke. Toothpicks, they're very hit and miss. Ow, I went under my nail. It's gonna be very riveting right now because it's technically all off camera. once I paneling with this as well, it'll hide the rough edges. So that's alright. But you know, I can't tell the difference between one side and the other. Oh, on camera, that looks even better. Gundam markers. Gundam Mecha Grey, which is literally the color of the frame. This is what I should have had for the ground Gundam. Instead I had the metallic gunmetal. I used that on some of the parts. So it kind of stands out a bit too much. Looks nice though. Actually, I think I had these other ones when I got the ground Gundam, actually. When I think about it. So one of the things in this set includes a gold marker. And I do have on my pile of stuff to do the high-grade Sinanju, which does have a lot of gold trim. Which comes with stickers for it, but we'll use the Gundam marker when we get around to that. I actually bought those at the same time. Because I was intending to do it. I'll get to it at some point. I think in the new year, I want to try and do Gunpla stuff more often. Because you always say you have to kind of find your niche when streaming. And like a VTuber who does Gunpla. I mean, there's probably a couple of us. Oh, well, there's Mara Desenko. Who's an awesome streamer as well. Which I think she's doing Gunpla today as well. In fact, she might be doing it at the exact same time as me. Yep, she is. So I think I've perhaps planned who will raid later then. But for now, we do our own detailing. Doo-doo-doo. I screwed a tiny bit too much. Oh, it's fine. Just cleaning the edges up just enough that you don't, it doesn't look splodgy. Ow! From a toothpick, if you slip, you stab yourself with a toothpick. The pain. Not really. I'm exaggerating. It's a brief moment of ow, you bugger. How dare you? My wrist. Somehow getting sore. I'm just remembering, I need to actually double check if Because for Wednesday, I'm planning to stream for the 15th anniversary of the European release, rather, of Ace Combat 6. So I've got that planned. I haven't actually double checked the works yet. But I should probably do that. Almost got this. I need a fresh toothpick, actually. Yeah. I think they're really cheap. And it's wood, so it's environmentally friendly. Well, as long as they're replanting the trees, anyway, hopefully. Actually, I think they're bamboo, actually. Are they bamboo? Yeah, they are bamboo, so yeah, very environmentally friendly. I say that as I'm holding a plastic model kit. Which, technically speaking, well, it's not single-use plastic, at least. Actually, Bandai's been really good at like experimenting with alternatives, as well as, at least in Japan, improve like having a way to recycle the runners and stuff. And then they have the like Ecopla releases of things where like it's basically straight up a black model kit because it's from recycled plastic. Which for some things is really cool because then you get a fully black mobile suit without having to paint it. I did touch it up a tiny bit, actually. Sometimes when you're scraping part off, you can make scrape too much. But I think that will do. I'm going to touch up a little bit with this though, because there's a couple of parts where maybe things just get a tiny bit too much off. Just where I completely undo everything I just did. Yep, on that side. Too much. Donna's walking up. Okay. This being raised detail actually works pretty well. Just adds a little bit of color. That makes it pop, I think, don't you think? Just makes the little thrusters in the bottom pop a little, which I like. If I can do these parts like this, it gives me real hope when I'm going to do this in Anju. Because obviously the parts that we're going to raise slightly. It'll make it super simple to paint. In theory. It's not simple shapes. Where these are simple circles. I am happy with those. Oops. Right, I'm pretty sure the knees right. Fine to do this now. Actually, think of the knees themselves. Put a little black in there because it's a grey panel. I'm sure that was the best idea. Oh dear, that's not as flat as I thought it was. Okay. Now for around the knee thrusters, as well as I appear to have not done this side yet. Oops. Oopsie. The thing with this is like, if you just wipe over your thumb straight away, it's fine. So any oopsies can be reversed. using these fine markers on parts you've painted, you have to be careful you don't scratch it in the process. Because these nibs aren't exactly soft. Doopy-doopy-doo. What time are we on? Nearly 5 o'clock. Double check something quickly. I need to wrap it up very soon then. Right, let's be quick about this then. Bomb the foot, let's go. See, the brown works pretty good on red because it kind of gives, same on like yellow parts. The brown Gundam marker just kind of gives that shadow without it being too dark like the black would do. Oopsie. Careful. I'm kind of speed running this. There's an ankle joint as well. Right, the weapons and stuff I'll probably finish off stream. There's really just panel lines for them, I guess. Or like finish. Oh yeah, I think it's the rock bazooka. I forgot. I need to file it down again. Ankle joints. Using the black marker on the gray parts maybe looks a bit too strong. Oopsie. You're not really going to see this part anyways, it's fine. I guess all apart maybe minus the hands for panel lines. Ankle back on. How much is this blowing out the whiteness? A lot. Move this out of the way. White balance is so off. It's probably because this light is way too close as well. Oh, I didn't do this side of the foot. We got 5 to 5. Leg reassemble. Put the arms back on. Oh, we didn't panel line the shield. All the weapons. I'll probably do these off stream actually. Because I'm running out of time. Back there again. Yeah. Move this out of the way. Right, still some weapons and stuff to sort, but I think I might just wrap it up here. And then finish off these final details, which probably take me like 10 minutes off stream at some point. And then next time we do some Gunpla, we'll probably start a different kit. Ooh. But actually, where's this the holding hands for now? Standard hands. We're just gonna give it a wee pose. So we simple one. There we go. Purple Success Games. Fun name. Thank you. It's looking pretty decent, I think. The extra little colors in there. I'm going to take a wee quick picture of my phone as well. Hey, Lack on the Great. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The MG 3.0. Oh, yeah, the MG 3.0. That's the first MG I ever built. And that's up on my shelf right now. I thought I'd finally get around to doing this high grade. Yeah, I feel like it's a little fragile, but not too fragile at least. Oh my god. What timing? Kyle Hana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, Epion Sandrock. Master grades. Ooh, nice. Welcome on in, Raiders. From Kyle Hana's stream. I am AJ Dodgestar, Intergalactic Mercenary, variety streamer, and Gunpla builder. I love Gunpla. Yeah, building has been going well. Now, where's the shoutout command? Nope, wrong button. Yeah, oh wait, keyboard. The keyboard is out to the side, so it's kind of awkward. Out. Okay. Hey, what's up, Nautica? I noticed you were streaming it. I was lurking for a little bit, but didn't say hi, because I was setting up this stream at the time. There we go. Yeah, the new shout command's very fun. Ooh. Purple 6 again. Thank you for the follow as well. Ah, yes, applause, applause. I was literally wrapping up as well, so this might be an extra double raid Friday now. Because food should be here soon. And we are pretty much done. I still have to do like the panel details on the shield, the weapons. Oh, I need to, because we glued the bazooka, so we need to actually sand it off that as well. Because you can see the beads up on it from when I glued it. No, all good. Just means an even bigger raid. Speaking of which, let's have a look what we're going to do. Oh, I know exactly whom to raid. Oh yes, nib sanding, exactly. We did a little bit of gluing just to kind of get rid of the seam line, which I'm not sure if you, on the back of the thighs, back of the legs. So like the seam lines are gone. We actually, well, I can still faintly see them in person, but we got rid of the seam line in the back of the legs. We also used lovely Gundam markers to put the color into the thrusters on the legs that are not, and on the feet actually as well, that aren't part of the kit normally. But yeah, some details to do, like finish off the weapon parts in this. I'll probably do that off stream because it's just like, we built it already. And it's just like little details that'll probably take me like 10 minutes later. So it seems like Luna's getting a little impatient as well. But yeah, Gundam markers, like that's what I used. Yeah, these ones, because it's that one there. Gundam Mecha Gray, pretty much the same color as the frame. So it's good for that. I did have to scrape off some of the extra, some toothpicks. But anyway, yeah. Let's go raid, shall we? Oh yeah, before I do, let's not forget to do some other things first. If you don't already and you've been lurking, drop a follow. I tried to do Gunpla on a regular-ish basis. I mean, we've almost done it. No, maybe not once a week, actually. It's been like maybe every other week for a while. It's not too bad. And also, if you don't, you can also, well, let's see. If you want updates on when I'm going live and stuff, so long as it still exists, Twitter is there. For how long, we don't know. But same, of course, as there is this. Oop. See, my keyboard's off to the side, and it's really awkward to type. There's Discord as well. I do also update the schedule on Twitch itself, maybe at least a day before the stream. And there's archives you can find over on my YouTube. As for right now, let's get a red message ready. Alright. Oh, God, I misspelled have somehow. Reinforcements have arrived. Ooh, this is really awkward, but it's off to the side like this. And then, if you are a sub, you can use a sub one. As for right now, we're going to go raid Myro Dusenko, another VTuber, who is also doing some, she's still working on the origin type of the RX-78. So we'll go do that. And oh yeah, next stream is planned for Wednesday, of which is the 15th anniversary of the European release of Ace Combat 6. So we're gonna have a little trip down memory lane, one of my favorite games. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you around the cosmos. Bye-bye.